2, and we're live.
So, little one's in bed right now, and just because tomorrow's gonna be a big day for her, because tomorrow is her birthday. Dang, I am looking damn old. Anyway, she said to me earlier today that tomorrow she's going to just get that much odder, and this is from her words. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, tomorrow I'm going to be an odder person. I'm like, why? She goes, because tomorrow I turn 9.
And that's an odd number.
Exactly.
That's the joke.
That's my girl.
All right.
Roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night. We're a collector's podcast, and if you're watching us here live on YouTube, I want to thank you very much. You gotta hop into the live chat over there. We've already got a bunch of cool people hanging out with us. Make sure you kabasa slam that like button. Make sure if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you ring that notification bell, all that great stuff. And also, if you're looking to help support the channel, we've got our link to our Teespring store in the description for every show. Yeah, you can help support the channel. You can look great doing it, and we've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. Also, if you want to catch up on any previous episodes of Figure Action, you can do so right here on the YouTube channel, and also you can drop some comments on there. We do get alerts for those, and if you miss the live chat, it's always one more way to interact with us. So yeah, we got a lot
Quick
of
addendum: we can't guarantee that you'll look good in our shirts, but your shirt will look good.
Hey, I'm stealing the thing from the Men's Warehouse guy.
Yeah, but he guarantees it. We make no such guarantee.
Let's put it this way. I'm currently not wearing one of our shirts, and goddamn, I look like about 8 years older. I look ragged. I feel haggard. It's in the wash right now. So I should be. If I was wearing a Figure Action shirt, I'd be looking so much better.
See, I'm not George Zimmerman, or was it George Zimmer? God, that's a hell of a mix-up, isn't it?
No, but you know what you are, though? Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not at TFCon, this man right here has a goddamn stomach of steel. That man made me look like a bitch, and I admit it completely. That Zero right up there is my superior when it comes to hot pepper stuff. And
well, I've been talking about it for a long time. I think it was like the final opportunity, or the real opportunity, not the final opportunity, for me to put my money where my mouth is.
This is me going on the record saying that he did it.
I think it's
also for the record, though, Dave. You did last longer than most.
That's
in
true.
The challenge.
That's what the ladies tell me, but that's a whole different conversation.
You were definitely among the last finishers.
Well, we'll talk all about TFCon. We'll for anybody that doesn't know, we'll talk about.
I just want to make sure that got on the record that I gave you those props.
Well, appreciate, and apparently, word got to that crew, because I was watching Kato's live stream, and they all heard what I had for dinner afterwards.
Oh yeah, God, we'll talk about that. But god damn, son, I was flinching.
So, yeah, well, let's get into it. Find out how everybody's doing this week. I guess we'll start off with Trustarscreamer. Dave, how the hell are you? And I know everybody got some cool stuff, but let's talk about the stuff you got, because first
of all, I'm doing great. It was phenomenal seeing all these awesome people this weekend. The list is way too long, but I've definitely got to give props to Mike Rogers, who pretty much saved my stomach from falling apart. So, goddamn, thank you, sir.
Are you in the bathroom?
No, this is actually. Look,
that should have been the show title.
I got a ceiling.
Where's Baldwin?
Ceiling. I am so happy. I have a ceiling. They put in the ceiling today.
Excellent.
But it was just so awesome seeing so many people from Sony. Well, I'd say hi to Peg, but we know what he's doing right now. I'm blanking on names here. Antoine. She's just Winston. Seeing Kato, of course, but man, when I saw Winston, folks, I wish the guys were there. the rumors are true, that man is a giant among men. And yes, I did jump up to give him a high five. So, there's a lot of other people I want to shop with. These are just some real particulars because when I saw Winston, he was actually wearing a figure action shirt that really made it awesome. And like I said, Mike Rogers, holy hell. Again, thank you so much for being you.
Great to finally get to meet Mike. Really
yes,
good
dude. Good dude.
But there are some things I did get that will be mentioned, so I don't want to overlap all that. So I'm going to show the things I got that was not shared. Probably the biggest one, for me at least, was a really awesome trophy, was the vintage Dino Thunder Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. One of the toy booths, company called Chromag Toys. These are actually guys based in Raleigh. This was not sold at a scalper price. You can open up a tab right now and look this up on eBay. It is selling anywhere from $90 to $150. I bought this for $50 complete, and I am thrilled. And this is complete. So this is going to look great when the vintage Zord shelf comes back together. This has not been found anywhere in my area, so I was able to get Nova from Partsformer. So thank you so much for finding this for me. I was going nuts for it.
Yes, sir.
I don't think T-Man has this yet.
I do not, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Dude, this is so much better than the Guardians of the Galaxy Nova. I mean, Rick
I like
Ryder is
the shorter one.
huh?
I like the shorter one.
He likes Kid Nova.
Oh, Kid. Well, they're two different characters. This is Rich Ryder with it from the New Warriors, but I digress. I'm very happy to get this guy, and just because. And then from teamamazon.com, I did get my Age of Apocalypse Rogue, and yeah, she is absolutely beautiful. I just cannot wait to start doing photography with this again because I've got some plans. For those of you who haven't read Age of Apocalypse, as opposed to getting Miss Marvel's powers, she actually ended up absorbing Polaris's powers. So I wish they gave her the green effects, but I plan on doing a lot of stuff with her looking magnetic. So that's going to be really cool.
No, I read her bio online, and it seemed like she still had the same powers.
Well,
She used the magnetic powers the same way she was using it.
Yeah, but still, it's just the fact of some things, and you can have her, chuck a tank at somebody by doing that. But yeah, met a lot of fun people. It was a lot of cool things, and they're working on the basement. Hopefully next week, this thing might actually be done. The carpeting will be coming in hopefully soon, and they'll be putting it in.
And I guess you should mention too where you're going to be next Monday.
I'm about to. I didn't want to say that, but yes, Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Patriot Prime reviews. I will be on the sit rep with him, so I will probably be venturing a little outside the figure action zone. Though we will have a figure action logo. I made sure for that. So again, Patriot Prime reviews. You will see yours truly. I will be repping the proper shirt at that time, so I'll be looking all good and handsome.
All right. Well,
Back
next up, Matt, how the hell are you? And what cool things did you get? I like the shirt.
Go back to the forward view again. Unembiggen me. That's creepy.
That's
creepy.
We were talking about being in the bathroom. So
and now you are with the bathroom buddy.
There's something really disturbing when you think of being in the bathroom. You need to have a very large, hairy, bearded man behind you.
Hey there, everybody! You need some double ply?
Look, he's giving a thumbs up.
So I just caught sight of that before you.
Yeah, I caught sight of it immediately,
and I had to call it out. So yeah. That's where we're at. But anyway,
Matt, how you doing?
There we go. Hi everybody. No, how y'all doing? I am tired as shit. Extremely tired. Probably early bedtime tonight for me. But talk about what I got real quick. So unique items. There was a art table by Min Young Draws, and this is the Hot Rod poster that this gentleman did. Super cool. T pointed out quickly that he could, of course, recreate this scene with his figures on hand, but he has yet to do so. So he can post that on Instagram when he gets a chance. I like so many of the other guys. got this with a Bob Budansky signed. So interesting thing here,
I got that too. I forgot meeting that.
He got that too. So you guys met him. I actually got to have a meal with him because when I went up to get it signed, he was eating a granola bar and he kind of nodded his head at me. He didn't actually say anything to me. So I'm going to totally count that as me having a meal with him.
I shared an elevator with him, and the poor guy was looking at me going like thinking like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
Well, he's in the wrong place if he doesn't want to get approached by fans.
No, that's stalker logic.
So what else? A couple of smaller things. I got new Age Shockwave. I caved on him because he looks amazing. Got him. What's that?
Should have made him sign that.
You're going to be buying that? Is that what you said?
I said you should have made him sign that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe like on the back of the leg right there.
Or the box.
I got Iron Factory's Cyclonus there, like Samurai series Cyclonus. He's pretty good. The New Age reveal sort of took the wind out of this guy, but it's a totally different version, so it's fine. I will say the weird thing is, though, I have the other release of their, was it Bludgeon? The tank, the spider tank. That thing has got crazy layers of paint and weathering and like this pristine paint job. And this thing is just flat plastic. So I'm not sure exactly what the thought process is there, but it's cool. It's cool enough. Got me another Beast box. Matt Baldwin will be proud of me. I got the bull. So got that. And then the thing that the other guys will probably, well, let me get back to that. So I got the convention exclusive Megatron because a black pistol for Baltimore. I got the rung, got the reformatted rung, so I'm happy about that.
Matt's collection's well run.
Well rung. A gift from Mr. Joe Crab, who's not with us tonight because he's old. He actually ordered an extra Kid Gohan, so he gave this to me. So thank you, sir, for that. And so I started the trend on this. So when the rest of the guys talk about their stuff, you remember that I bought it first. And I'm super excited about this guy. It doesn't matter. So this is the Archcore Frostlight. Big ass robot. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but he is fucking amazing. And he's $150. He's probably a little cheaper online, but $140, $150. He is absolutely worth the price of admission. He's got amazing paint apps, blah, blah, blah. T's got a review. Go watch T's review. And then, let me see. Lastly, let me shift the camera over because I have it built here. So I've got a few of the Archcore little dudes here. And then I've got this set. So this set is by Fresh Retro, which is a new company. And this is called their Diorama Building Set. This is called their Scene in Box. I got kit number 6. This was the cheapest kit. I wanted to see, this is a $30 kit. And I wanted to see what it was like. So it's scaled for like vintage G.I. Joe. But he works with, in my opinion, he works fine with this thing works fine for these guys. And I wanted it to have sort of a feel to be a docking bay for this guy. So they'll be up like working around.
Merchandise uses that in their backgrounds.
When I talked to Alex from Ages 3 and Up, he was talking about how like they'd be perfect for Legends as well.
Yeah, so they are going to eventually expand. So they're going to keep selling the same base and wall pieces, which, by the way, they're interchangeable. So if you wanted to make a cage out of these and have it all sides, you could do that. They are going to release kits that convert all the railings and ladders to 1/6 scale. So you can use the same base pieces, but you'll be able to flip out all the different pieces that throw off the scaling and replace it with 1/6 scale. The guy that started Fresh Retro is a friend of Alex's at Ages 3 and Up, and he is actually one of the executives from Fans Project. It's not the entire company, but he went off on his own and started this design as his own company.
Really?
Yeah. So this is the base $30 kit. They come in $30, $70, and $90. And obviously you get bigger pieces that all interconnect. And think of them as like Legos. They can connect together any way you want to. This is just the recommended design based on the pieces in the box.
And where can we buy this, Matt?
Well, Big Bad's got them on pre-order, but then I think it's kind of an Ages 3 and Up thing. So You can go to their store and get it. Then this also, so then this little guy here is one of their figures from the line. So it's called Brave 13. And this is a guy that's actually scaled and meant to go with this base, because if you look down, he comes with his own base pieces in the box. So he comes with a few more of the squares. He also comes with this metal piece because he is magnetized. And I mean damn magnetized. Like,
Dang.
Wow.
so, and he's super, he only has the only drawback to this guy is he has single jointed elbows and knees. But besides that, he's got a bunch of accessories in the box. He comes with more base pieces. He's still really posable, even though single jointed. It's still a fairly decent range. But I got him because these little Archcore guys don't have like an enemy faction yet. So I needed something for him to shoot at. So there you go. But that's all my talking in words. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Back to you guys.
We forgive you, Winston. We forgive you.
Yeah. Next up, T-Man 978.
Oh,
Hello,
and I saw
everyone.
Dave again. I was so super happy about seeing Dave again. Whatever.
Oh yeah, it was pretty neat seeing him.
I'm good. I had fun and all that junk. I talked about it in my video that you already watched. Because you love my channel, right? But
And we subscribe.
I got rung. Like everybody else.
Is that a watcher kit?
Yep. Came with this chick. Like, yeah. Sylvie. I really like Sylvie.
Everyone loves Sylvie.
Single jointed elbows, but they bend more than 90 degrees. And she is posable when she doesn't have this cloak on. And I like that she comes with this gestury hand. I've been begging for fist, grabbing hands, and gestury hands. They gave her one fist, two grabby hands, and this right here.
See, I choose out when I get too grabby.
Finally decided to get a real Springer instead of just Alan. It's something that actually looks like the cartoon more and not a Mega Man villain. You already know that I got Archcore and a little dude. Matt found me an upgrade shark, and he's a little bit hungry. Or he's not hungry anymore since he's eaten.
Upgrade shark, upgrade shark,
No, don't do it. I got some other stuff. Watch my channel, but this just came in today, and Ayusa's face looks nice. Scorpina as well. Well, I'm probably going to be opening this so I can mess with Scorpina. Well, both of them in the middle of this. But that's it. Hurry up, Zero.
All right. So,
hey, Engineer Hoist, it was great seeing you, man.
Thanks for joining our show. Well, joining our stream in the comments.
Sorry, man. We're getting some new people here. This is great.
Yeah. So, I'm doing pretty good. It was great to see everybody over the weekend and hang out, even though I only got to do Saturday. I just had so much going on in the house, and originally I was supposed to work Saturday morning. Thank God that got canceled, and I was able to get to the hotel relatively early. Hung out with Lance. It was funny. Always a good time hanging out with that dude.
I was going to say, you got there early to hang out with Lance.
No, we couldn't find you guys.
Lance is easier to find.
That's true.
Say, well, I need to know about an Astrobot. And next thing you know, he just appears, shoving one in the hand.
He comes crashing through Dave's ceiling right now. He's like, hey, I heard you want to talk about Astrobots.
He said so many people were trying to buy that Astrobot off of him. His, I can't remember which one that one is.
The original.
We got a revenge making him buy all that Archcore.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Apollo, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I have the boxes for both of them somewhere. In fact, I've been looking for them because they were like my permanent despots, and they're packed away somewhere. But yeah, it was awesome hanging out with everybody. I had a really good time on Saturday. I wish I could have done Friday and Sunday. And of course, I think we'll talk about Sunday. How things went there, because I'm sure that's a kind of a interesting note. as for acquisitions, I got some cool stuff. Thanks to Lance, I was able to get a rung. I know Matt had one on pre-order, but I had the I want it now sort of thing from being at the convention. But we're hearing rumblings now that this may have actually been a legitimate exclusive as opposed to an early release. So we'll see. And they sold out at the show. Surprisingly, they had 500 of them there, and talking to Paik, they were all like spoken for as of Saturday afternoon. So,
Wow.
which is crazy. I also got reach in here. I got myself, just like everybody else, I'm not special, I got the Arch Core, which was interesting because it's like I'd seen this in pictures. Deluxe has been super excited and hyped about these for a while. I knew what the truck mode looked like, and then Matt got it. I was hanging out in the hotel room with him, Joe, and T, and he had it on the table. And like when I picked this guy up, I was like, fuck, I need it. It is probably, like, no joke, this is probably figure of the year for me, at least. I just every time I mess with it, I find something new. It does everything I want it to do. It's fun to mess with. It's fun to transform. Like the materials feel really good. There's some weird tolerancing here and there, but like as you mess with it more, it gets better. The only thing design wise, I think really hurts it is the shoulders and like the type of ratchets they're on. But otherwise, fantastic figure. I also finally got, I'm just going to hold up the boxes. They're in my photo booth. I got Ace Hitter and Nightwalker from Fans Hobby. I was looking for this guy, and Matt was able to find one for me on Sunday. And this is like
that was a fun find.
I looked high and low for this guy. This is the Mech Alliance
Sonic Warrior.
Sonic
right?
Warrior, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of like a sort of knockoff of the 3A Soundwave.
Does he transform?
Yes, and they engineered him so that like he actually does transform. The materials on this guy don't necessarily feel the greatest, but like the paintwork on him is like absolutely awesome. Like they have like all this weathering and stuff.
I worried about that too when I picked up the box for you because I'm like, this box feels really light.
Yeah,
It's funny you said high and low because we're sitting there watching, and I saw that in the lower right hand corner of the Chosen Prime's display case. I'm like, isn't that what Zero was looking for?
Yeah. And it's funny is I thought it was the 3A. I legitimately, like when I was looking through their display, I thought they had the 3A on display, and it's not. It says this is the Sonic Warrior one. So
and that actually came from ages 3 and up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because theirs was $50 cheaper.
Holy shit!
Wow.
So
yeah, well, we'll talk about TCP. We'll talk about them because there was some shenanigans. Well, not shenanigans, but just some disorganization going on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting him on display, and I'm glad I ultimately, I shouldn't say I'm glad I avoided it, but it's certainly nice to have an alternative, a much cheaper alternative to the 3A. Much like Matt, I was able to meet Bob Budiansky, and I got my autograph from him, and I really fanboyed when I went over. I was like, oh, you're really important to my childhood. And
he could care less.
Nice guy, but like, I think he's like, he's
there for the car payment.
Yeah. When I met Vince DiCola, like Vince is somebody like you talk to him about his music and he's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm really glad that he's really engaging. Like whereas Bob was like, hey, yeah, that's awesome. Here you go. So yeah, Nightwing, that's the thing about using the green screen when you have the production values of figure action.
I felt Bob was that way when I was watching old footage of him at other TFcons, and that was his the way he answered the questions in the audience.
Yeah, I think he's just that's just kind of like his personality. Like I said, nice enough guy, but just was really kind of like that. Like he was just like there for like the opportunity, not the passion. Not a detriment against the guy, just calling it like it is. And lastly, but not leastly, I got my first PulseCon exclusive. I'm shocked how fast this shipped, but I got my Ravage, and this packaging is awesome. I don't think I'm going to take G1 Ravage out of there. I don't really know that he really matches. And then also, thanks to Matt, who pointed this out to me, that All Time Toys local shop that I go to. Look, it's an invisible Waspinator. I have to turn the green screen off for just a second here. But yeah, Matt alerted me like, hey, because I've been looking for Waspinator. They had him up on the website, and since I'm in Maryland, they're in Maryland. It was super fast shipping, super cheap shipping. I love going to All Time Toys. I wish they were a little bit closer to me. Also, I ordered Larkin's Lair, the Larkin's Lair add-on for the Stinger, so I'm looking forward to getting that. But yeah, that does it for me. So let's talk about TFCon. Let's talk about our experience, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we're excited about with the next one. Guess we should probably just handle this as a round table. Dave, since you traveled the furthest, I guess we'll start with you. What were your impressions? What was the highlights, the lowlights, and the surprises?
Okay. Of course, the community is probably the highest light of it all, biggest highlight of it all.
Man, fuck
Edo said it best when he said it felt like going to camp for geeks. Never have you ever seen such a collection of men over 30 wearing black t-shirts and jeans. I mean, it was, I joke around with that, but it was just a lot of fun. I mean, you could sit there and get in conversations with just about anybody. Seeing these gentlemen here, seeing some of the Realm guys, just talking to them, that was hands down the highlight of it all. If I was going to say the thing that stole the show, if you ever get to a TFCon, you got to see the Chosen Prime booth. That is the most. You see the pictures, and seeing it in person, though you haven't seen it, it's just the most geektacular thing ever. Because of just seeing like all the third-party stuff in almost like that curated case.
Yeah, they put a lot of pride into that case,
and it's they'll be part of my low part as well at the same time. And just the feeling, the atmosphere was just a lot of positivity. I mean, normally you get a bunch of nerds together, you're going to hear some arguments and things like that. There was no ill will to anyone. I think one of the neat things was seeing younger kids like playing with old Armada toys and stuff in the lobby.
But
just seeing like kids enjoying toys.
It gives you a little bit of hope that like the line's going to live on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I want to say low. I mean, I did the stupid ass thing of eating that damn one chip challenge. That was, I don't want to say that was a low point, but that was definitely an interesting point.
Who was the first one to say they were in on that? Was that you or Lance?
Oh, me.
Okay.
That was hands down.
I was going to say, I think you about damn near leapt over the couch to get into it.
It was, okay, there was some stuff involving my sister. I was getting an argument. I just needed to do something stupid to kind of forget about it all. And trust me, this definitely was stupid, and it definitely distracted me from it all.
Yeah, you chose wisely on the stupid, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, that whole Saturday afternoon, there was definitely a lot of eyebrow-raising moments that day, but I digress. It was just, again, it was just fun. I was going to say low points. I did see a couple scalping booths, which kind of bugged me on some things. There was this, dude, Winston, it was amazing seeing you. You caught, I shouted you out at the very beginning. I shouted you out at the beginning. It was great giving you the jumping high five. But like there was one booth, and when you first got there, you could tell they had all their prices about a third more.
That's kind of like par for the course with cons, though. Like,
yeah, but here's the other thing: all the other booths, it was great talking to the vendors. They got cleaned out.
But that's the thing too, right? Is that other booth had a lot of product the last day. Like they were not moving.
They had a lot of product. It was,
and at those prices, I hope he had to pack up every last fucking thing he had there and take it back with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like
the guy in the back left corner.
Yeah, right.
That was the one that had the Combiner Wars stuff that you had in your toy hunt.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was in the front.
Yeah. That was in the front.
Yeah, if you came into the main doors, it was all the way to the left.
One of the coolest things that Chosen Prime did was they actually had an open box sale, which I thought was pretty neat, of shrink wrapped stuff. So you were able to score some solid deals there. Low point was apparently there was some solid miscommunication with Chosen Prime.
Yeah.
The Archcore figures, the basic ones, were selling for $25 each. The big Commander guys were going for $35. Yet somehow they got it in their mind that they were all supposed to be $35 at the end,
because they took down the wrong sign and left up the $35 sign. That's why.
I think the other problem too is they didn't have a price gun. They were relying off of sticky notes
and their
on some. Yeah, and then the spreadsheet, because like when I went to go get that Starscream, and she told me how much it was. I was like, nope,
God,
not today.
Who made that Starscream? That was absolutely one of the sexiest robots I have seen.
It's a new company.
Yeah, it's God, what?
I don't remember.
I got to Google that one.
Oh yeah, so the Baltimore Comic-Con was going on, and we all got together to go to lunch to go see it, and the line was so damn long. We're just like, never mind.
Yep, I don't think it was worth it.
And other highlight was, of course, just discovering this ArchCon stuff ArchCore, because I really think that's going to be the sleeper hit for 2021, 2022. I think that's going to be a fun line to get into, and it's nice kind of getting in at the ground floor of a line before things kind of appreciate.
Cyber Factory.
Starstorm is the figure.
Thank you. Of course, Mr. Third Party.
Yeah,
Hayes himself would know that. Antoine, again, was awesome seeing you. That man is Antoine Lewis is the most humble guy in the fandom who does so much for the community.
Certainly is. Chosen Prime had that Starscream, what it was like $170 price tag, and it ended up ringing up for like $230 or $250 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was like and it wasn't like the one box was misshelved. Like the entire stack was sitting on the wrong price.
Yeah. And that's when I'm like, my big purchase is gonna move elsewhere.
Yeah, right.
It's a shame too, because Chosen Prime pretty much got all my money.
Right, and that's sort of their deal, right? They're right when you come into the main doors. They've got the pretty displays up. They have all of the racking right there. They've got the primary real estate, so it's not surprising.
Chosen primary real estate.
Well, I mean, when I was talking about if last year, it was kind of interesting. You'd go there, and Chosen Prime would have like 2 figures, and you'd always think, "Oh my gosh, this figure's about to sell out," and then somehow, after you buy that last one, it would get replaced.
Yep.
They were starting to sell shit from the display booth. I mean,
that was my ace hitter. My ace hitter came from the display booth. Tommy, real quick, I sold all my CW stuff last year. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it, and I got like $3,200.
Damn.
Yeah.
I might have to sell some of them I can buy.
You should.
Before they come out with new ones.
Yeah, Sportimus Agabus was not there. They actually
Hanny was there. He just didn't have a booth.
Right, he didn't have a booth. But I'm just saying, they actually had a rival display at the previous TFCon with all their legend stuff. I had to give them credit.
Oh yeah, that was
awesome. TF Source had a whole big container with legends in there.
But theirs was just the boxes, though, right? That's what I'm talking about.
No, I was looking at it. It was like, it might have been just the boxes, but they were like, let me know if you want me to open the case up.
Yeah, it was just the figures in a box. There wasn't like a displayed like diorama or anything.
Yeah.
The other low part was I really had no interest in, aside from the third party panel and the opening statement and the opening one, I had no interest in anything else of the con. There was no no trivia contest, no.
I can kind of
have my interest.
I can agree with that. I mean, I do want to talk about how I personally feel they botched the third party reveals, but Gary Chalk and Venus Terzo were the two people I wanted to meet, and every time I was like, okay, I'll go up to their booths, they were kind of gone. Like they were kind of up and moving around. At one point, Lance and I did like bump into Gary Chalk when he was live streaming, so we were like on his live stream for a minute.
Okay.
And then we didn't actually. Yeah. Venus Terzo, Lance and I actually had a conversation with her going down the escalator. Like, she was leaving her booth, and like we talked to her the entire escalator ride down. So it was kind of surreal. Like, we didn't actually get to meet her at the booth, but she was just like chatting with us like regular people on the escalator, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the guy that was guarding Chosen Prime, he told me that Gary had to do a lot of bathroom breaks. And I was like, old man bladder, I can relate.
And not for nothing, that dude, I wish I got his name, but he was pretty cool. Like, he was just chill hanging out in the back of Chosen Prime, dude. And like, there was a big long line at the checkout desk, Chosen Prime. Dude had just a wad of cash and just like, yeah, you can give me your money, yeah. Now, if that money ever actually made it to the booth, I have no idea. But at least we got our figures, so I'm not mad either way.
I didn't get his name. He knew who I was and was telling me stuff that I did on my channel.
So me personally, I was able to spend at least part of the convention with a very special woman. Joe and I and a couple other guys went outside of the convention to have a cigar after we got back from dinner. And I wasn't paying much attention to my surroundings, but I probably should have been. And suddenly someone approaches us someone comes out of the hotel, walks up to us, and asks me for a light. Now, Trevor had a light in his hand, but he was using it. So I took my lighter out of my pocket, and I handed it to her to help her light her cigarette. I guess I should have realized beforehand, but I don't know if I'd acted any differently. But staring back at me once I realized was a bona fide Baltimore City crackhead. And she proceeds to let me know that I have beautiful ethnic vacant eyes. I don't know what any of that means. Like,
which, by the way, of the four of us here, that guy right there is the whitest of the whitest white.
I am the least ethnic.
TSA. I should point that out. I know ethnic enough that TSA pulled me away for a second.
Yeah, they thought Dave was North Korean. But anyway, so she tells me how much she loves me and that she is actually the Lord. And because she's the Lord, that makes her my wife. There's a lot of leaps in logic here, by the way, in case you're wondering. But I guess crackhead logic's a little different. And she wanted me as her husband, with her being my lovely wife, to use my ID to help her get a room because they wouldn't accept her.
Did she have a Baltimore accent?
She had a bag of wads of cash and old dirty clothes. So I told the story at work, and now they're calling her the bag lady, and that I had a relationship with a bag lady in Baltimore.
I was like hoping here she'd have like a Dundalk accent. You're like, hey, hon, you helped me out here. I'll give you my shoes.
It wasn't that bad. And Joe seems to be under the impression that if him and Trevor weren't there, I would have gotten a very different proposition from her. So that's entirely possible. But that's not so after a while she eventually bolts. And that's not the end of the story. So I go back into the hotel, and these guys are sitting around the couch with Lance. And I tell the story real quick of what happened. And Lance, for anybody that hasn't met Lance has got this laugh, this booming laugh that shakes the rafters, right? Everybody here
it's like a Dragon Ball laugh.
Yes. It's this laugh that starts in his gut and just erupts out of him. And it's this huge like billow. And it's awesome. So he starts rolling laughing when we're talking about it. Joe says, you know what? It's time for drinks. So him and I go up to the bar to get drinks. As soon as I stand up at the bar, I hear Lance's huge laugh again, and I turn around and see the entire group staring at me. And I thought, oh, fuck, this is not good. And I look as their eyes all turn and see Bag Lady approaching me quickly up the steps behind the bar. So I'm standing at the bar, and they have these plexiglass dividers, right? So I stand facing the bar, and I'm like, fuck, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. And like a fucking horror movie, I see this face, this reflection in the glass as she stands literally less than a foot behind me.
Turn around, Partsformer.
And Joe, like, I swear to you, I wish Joe was on this show because I would have asked him about it. But I swear to you, that dude took extra time filling out his receipt so he could just stand there longer. I'm guessing that maybe security spooked her because she bolted before I turned around. That was my experience. She hung around by the bar for a little while, and I hid surrounded by all these guys on the couch with my jacket pulled up around my head, and I took my hat off so she wouldn't see me.
I had that girl trying to start a fight with me at the bar. Don't forget that.
Sportimus, I do have a new love interest, but we don't talk about that. Kato, I dated her very briefly, like for about 30 seconds.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and someone further up in the comments said Crackformer or something. Someone said that. Yeah, Mike Rogers said Crackformer. I might have to change my name for that. Lance, you son of a bitch.
You might have been more schizophrenic than crackhead.
I mean, she looked kind of gaunt, so I don't know. Maybe it's a little column A, maybe it's a little column B. But that was my brief love fling at TFCon that I didn't know I needed in my life. So that, and like I said, meeting all these guys again was just fabulous. So that was and I do have to go on a more serious note. I do have to agree. This TFCon was definitely more reserved and understandably so. It definitely wasn't the best, but I think they made the best of it. And I'm glad it happened at all.
Oh, yeah,
I think we were worried for a time that it wasn't going to happen at all.
I had no regrets going there.
Yeah, it was a good time, but it wasn't quite up to par with past, and hopefully they can get back in their stride next year in Chicago.
As I say, at the end of the summer, we were really seriously doubting whether or not they were going to cancel it, and so, yeah, I think really it was the best it could be. Like, I mean, the dealer room was a little bit more scant than any other TFCons I've been to.
And scant without new stuff. Like, they had a lot of product, but it wasn't. They have like cutting, like very edge of release, like just came out stuff. Yeah. And I think this guy was probably one of the newest releases that they had there.
You know what I was really excited seeing though? That Mastermind Creations Steel Jaw. That probably was one of the coolest things I ever saw. If only I could have caught a review for that though.
Yeah, if there was some kind of stream that happened in a live manner.
If only it could have happened, like, in the immediate or
if it could have happened at 8:00 instead of 9. That would have
like some kind of.
Nick, we love you.
So I guess we heard rumblings that there was supposed to be a third exclusive there, but they just couldn't make that happen. Now, I mean, TFCon Toronto is. And it's weird to say because it's December, around the corner. I mean, we're almost to November here.
Yeah.
So I won't be shocked if we see some MMC, some additional like MMC exclusives, not early releases. We still don't know what exactly Rung is, whether he's an early release or truly an exclusive. Hard to say. But we had heard some rumblings that there was originally supposed to be another exclusive. I don't know if we can actually.
No, that rumbling was my stomach after the chip.
I guess one of the things that really got me was how they handled the third-party panel and the third-party prototypes this year. I meant to ask you guys because they had the glass display cases there, and they were covered up in like black cellophane. Did they uncover those on Sunday?
No, so those were in position for the prototypes that never arrived. So they were intended to be, but they kept them just put away. What they were intended to have the prototypes for the big reveal, but they never got there in time.
I didn't know what that was.
Yep, it was meant to be, but it didn't happen.
Pate cleared it up. He says he's like a North American quote unquote exclusive. I think anybody will be able to get Rung down the road.
No, you won't. You should have went, and now you can't get it because you didn't go.
Well, I can tell you that I'll have a Rung available here very shortly.
Engineer Hoy says closing ceremony, they said that more exclusives were planned but didn't make it in time. I mean, you'll have no issues getting rid of that rung.
Will that rung be retail? It's going to be slightly above retail.
It'll be at least retail.
Am I going to have to be the middleman on it?
But because you will have to be shipping, so retail plus shipping at least.
Yeah, unless you're local. And then we helped Winston get his, so I won't be able to, unless Winston you want another one. Then there's you got the
Thank you, Henry.
I will say, like, I could only do Saturday, and traditionally the third-party panel is on Saturday. I think it was a huge mistake making it Sunday. And I know they said that, well, they wanted attendance to be higher on Sunday. And the thing was, and like, I know for the people that drove to the hotel, like I think you discovered, Matt, that if you were there past, was it 1, they would add an additional day charge for parking.
2 o'clock. Yep, 2
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah. So to me, like, it seemed like kind of nuts to have the third-party panel be like in the afternoon on Sunday instead of the morning if they wanted people to be there on Sunday. I mean, to me, it would have made more sense. Hey, do that early and then have everybody be able to go and do their like final deals in the dealer room. But I don't know. Again, this is a weird year. I hope in the future they do the third-party panel on Saturday as opposed to Sunday. Keep up with the tradition. And
I got there late Sunday, and everybody definitely bolted. And Bolt Matrix was one of the last people I saw as he was bolting out of there.
Because I know, like, Antoine covered it, and Bolt Matrix covered the third-party panel. Like, I know that those two are there, but like,
covered it on our Facebook page. We were live streaming.
Well, yeah, we covered it on the Facebook page, but like, what I saw was like barely anybody in attendance for that.
And not for nothing, I think this third-party panel is actually better than the last one that we went to. This one was actually pretty good, all things considered.
So,
except for X-Transbots decide apparently.
I don't know. Nothing can top that Fortress Maximus.
Well, let's talk about the third-party panel. Let's get right into it. Yes, and Lance, I did credit you for the rung. He's got to rewind a little bit.
You guys show up late to the show. You missed the fact we actually mentioned you guys.
Sportimus, yeah, that this Megatron was the actual only made for this TFCon exclusive. And it's even, oddly enough, too, it's one of the few, and I found out why, but this one actually has Chosen Prime on it, on the box. And that is because Chosen Prime commissioned this themselves and bought out the entire production run. So that's why.
Actually, you know what? Before we get into the third-party panel, I do want to talk about one thing, and that was Toy Dojo. They had their Mastermind Creations booth, and I have to say, this was really awesome how they had that. Now, they only had 3 samples. Technically, they, if you want to count each individual component, they had more. But I like the fact that they allowed fans to be hands-on with these. I just want to mention them, like Pake for Life. He's reviewing the Steel Jaw, the First Aid, and the G2 Bruticus. They had all of them there, and fans could actually pick them up, mess with them, and get a feel for how these figures are. So just want to say, if you're interested in seeing those figures, you can actually now pre-order them on BBTS under the new third party.
Personally attest that is truly one bad Dudicus.
Yes, that Bruticus, if you're into G2, this is going to be an awesome one to get. The pictures don't do this thing justice, how great the paint looked. So Medicus is their First Aid. There should be
great too.
There should be their steel. I didn't catch the name of their Steel Jaw again. Pake reviewed that tonight on his channel, so check that out. He's
later.
Check it out after you watch this. But yeah, that Bruticus looks amazing. When we were there at the show, they said they know whether they're going to sell it separately or as a gift set. It looks like now these are all being sold individually. I'm not sure how you get the feet for it, or if that's going to be another component. But yeah, they're also reissuing their Magna and Inventa in a and they didn't have this there, but in a more tune accurate color scheme. with a lighter blue. And yeah, I don't see the steel jaw there, but
Steel
I figured
jaw
that was
is called Tempo.
it's called what?
Tempo.
Tempo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that on there under the new releases. But
No, it's not. I don't think it's solicited yet.
Yeah, but that one actually looked really, really awesome. It'd be nice if somebody come out with a better MP blaster. But let's get into the third-party panel stuff going on here, and then we've got some PulseCon stuff to go through. So, like we said, this is probably one of the better third-party panels that they've done in a minute. And so, first up, Icon 3D Labs. They actually had a booth at the show, and Bolt Matrix said in his breakdown, I don't think too many people really noticed they were there.
Nope, I did not.
Oh yeah, I saw the they had it set up. That throne and the piece, it was all there set up. I thought you could buy it right then and there. I was
Me
tempted,
too.
Was that the guy who was dressed as Ultra Magnus?
No. He was around the. It's hard to describe. He was at the. If you walked into the main doors, he was on the far left side, a booth over. No, it's not the Ultra.
You know what I'm talking about? The Macho Man Ultra Magnus?
Yeah.
Because he had 3D printed stuff there.
Macho Magnus.
Yeah, I saw that booth and I thought you could buy the stuff too. I was confused when they started showing it in the panel.
Yeah, I think it was because you could pre-order them there because they were doing an $85 convention discount or for the whole kit for $85. But I guess it was a pre-order.
Gotcha.
He says he was across from the A3U portion of the tables.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, so as Engineer Hoy says, this thing actually has some interesting components to it that's you don't normally see on like a King Grimlock, and that's these Sharkticon pauldrons.
Does anyone know if that actually happened in a comic?
Hold on. Breaking news. We got breaking news. Let me get
Fake news.
Fake news. Dang it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So Pake says, just confirm the upgrade parts are included with the G2 bots. No separate upgrade. That's actually pretty awesome. I wish they had done that with the original release. Just included the toy part.
Mastermind Creations listens to their fans.
That they
Yeah,
do.
I'm happy for the people that want that.
But, okay, fair enough. But still, I'm trying to be positive here.
But yeah, this looks awesome. I like how you have like a space for Wheelie too up there if you want.
If you want.
Like he's specifically like he's got like a
Wheelie, stay not okay up here.
These pauldrons though are pretty badass. Like to me, like that's the coolest part of all this. Now if they also did like a cloth cape for him, I think that would like knock it out of the park. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I wish they were painted more than just gold.
Well, final product may vary, so you never know.
Yeah. Right. Next.
All right, Kato said there's another place for Wheelie.
Trash can. So Iron Factory had an interesting showing this year. We get something a bit more traditional with an Alpha Trion that fit in with your other legends. It's a stylized Alpha Trion, but transforms.
Actually, still the best Alpha Trion I've seen in general.
Yeah, he looks good. They should do that with a bigger figure.
I agree. Like Scourge. I think this is a retool of Scourge. There's Scourge. Yeah. Then we get a is this Nacelle and a G2 Sandstorm from their Seeker mold.
That aging Seeker mold. I told Henry during the panel, I'm like, they need to retire that fucking Seeker mold and go with something else.
I think they're just trying to get the last ones
out.
Oh
yeah, no doubt.
They're gonna milk it till powdered milk comes out of that heat.
We actually saw this little beach camera.
I was so sad when I realized that wasn't there to purchase.
The good news is it's Iron Factory, so that shit's probably like $30. So
yeah, the Iron Factory stuff was the one Legends class that I was considering buying, but I wanted the New Age stuff.
Yeah,
but they cost they double the price.
At least.
This is a really cool update of Beachcomber. I really like this.
That's as close to a Cybertronian I've ever seen for him. It works really well.
Yeah. And with this
That looks
sea spray.
amazing.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that design.
Yeah, Henry was saying it looks like a F-Zero vehicle.
I could see that.
I like how they had the harpoon gun with them. That's pretty cool. And even this like Cybertronian take on Huffer is really cool. Huffer's been getting some cool toys lately. I don't know what the deal's been.
His Fans Toys figures right around the corner.
Yeah,
Man.
people realize that people actually want him.
Yeah. And then you have Pipes here, which appears to be like basically a completely different figure.
Yeah, he's the Cybertronian version of the truck that Huffer is. And I think that's a really smart decision to make people kind of want to buy both figures. And not that, if you're a completionist, whatever, but
Good night, Jake. Thank you for stopping by.
That's Gungan appropriation, Pake, and we don't appreciate it.
And then, of course, we get our obligatory Bonsai Tron repaint. And this is where it gets a little interesting because you're talking about that whole samurai series. Like when this came out as Bludgeon, everybody was like, "Well, that's kind of a neat stylization of Bludgeon."
Yeah,
but it seems like they're actually going all in on.
They ran with it.
Yeah,
well, Bludgeon's the third one of that third release of that series. They already had the samurai version of Optimus and something else that I can't remember, but
flew under my radar.
Yeah.
Cyclonus?
Well, he's the newer release.
Yeah.
But that's the Optimus repaint.
Yeah, so their Leo Convoy they're doing is like a Griffin here.
Yeah.
Which that's a neat reuse of the mold, I'm gonna be honest. It's not anything I get, but there is one of these where I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to get it as a one-off. The drift here, I think this is really cool.
They both look good.
I like the alt mode, but I think the robot modes look clunky as hell. I just don't.
Really?
I don't like those thicker upper thighs.
I like the way they look. If they can move, I would be shocked.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is that I don't see a whole lot of movement there.
I like how they have like scabbards in the shoulders. Again, these aren't anything I'd get, but definitely I think the aesthetic is really cool.
Yeah.
I like how they have like kind of like a in between of the IDW and the Bayverse. Yeah. Lockdown here, neat.
Everybody was
I'm
applauding
not a
him.
person who endorses KOs, but my God, if someone ever oversized Iron Factory, I'd go broke. I love the fact he's got the kung fu the hat.
Yeah. Everybody was, when I watched
the
stream, everybody was applauding for this, but I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I get it that they're going on the animated look, but I'm still not crazy about it.
I love Lockdown.
I'm not like big on the hat look, but I think he's pretty neat looking here.
It's the legs that put
I
me off.
love the hat look.
Well, the animated one and the Bade designs, they both had like kind of interesting legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animated. This looks like the animated toy, but it just looks like he's wearing a table below his waist to me.
Hopefully, speaking of legs for Legacy, see what I did there. We get a G1 stylized Lockdown. We'll talk about some Legacy going on. Ironhide here in a very, very, very samurai motif.
Yeah, that's cool. The next one's cooler, I think. I kind of like that better.
I think the Ratchet's more successful. I think it like when you lose like the shoulder armor, I think it makes it a bit more interesting looking.
What's interesting is how the lack of shoulder armor also translates to the alt mode too, to trim that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have that. Yeah, the bulky above the front wheels.
Next up, this is the one that I'm actually interested in.
God dang, that is cool.
This Grimlock I'm a huge Grimlock fan. I mean, the only tattoo I have is a Grimlock tattoo. This samurai take I just think is like one of the coolest designs I've ever seen for a Grimlock.
I was telling Fake and Sony that His alt mode reminds me of the Thunderjaw from Horizon Zero Dawn.
I see that. Or a Zoid.
Yeah, I can definitely see the Zoid, like the armor here, like it's like the flags almost, but it is very Zoids-esque.
And I will say, like when this image came up, I was pretty excited about it and thought I'm going to get this. But the more I look at it, though, the more I look at it, the clunkier I feel like it's going to be.
Everyone says these all look like Lego. I mean,
he's not wrong. I mean,
yeah.
I get where he's saying that, and there is like they're very busy, right? I mean, but that's sort of the aesthetic they're going for.
What are those things called?
Dinosaurs?
No. That thing that mascot is on MGO.
It's a Bionicle.
Bionicle, that's what they look like.
I mean, a bit.
But yeah, I would be curious to see how well this thing moves and how many pieces like go flying off of it when you try to move it. Hopefully that's not the case, but that's of the two samurai figures I own, both suffer from things flying off of them itis. But they're still cool looking figures.
Then we get some scale here.
Yeah.
That Grimlock's going to be a little on the bigger side. So is Lockdown there. He's pretty big.
Yeah.
Recently, I accidentally called mascot Minion in the comments. And he replied, "His name is Mascot." And I felt dumb.
We don't need another hero.
So this is this I think was one. It's interesting to be on the TFCon panel. Two, it's kind of a waste of everybody's time. You get the.
I kind of disagree.
I counter disagree because if it exists, NECA will make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty
disagree. Is that agreeing?
I disagree with this disagreement.
So go ahead and show them off.
Yeah. So like the Sewer Surfer here, I'm pretty sure they already made this with Mondo Gecko for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, look. The Mausers look good. I'm sure these things are probably going to feel and move and articulate way better than any NECA can. But NECA is going to come out with them, and they're going to be a fuck ton cheaper. And they're probably going to come with a human Baxter. So
that's the thing. Like that's what I was going to lead into is that I think these things will probably move very well and be built quality. But I bet they're going to be expensive. Do you know why? Because Robot Hero is New Age.
Yes,
these are built by New Age.
I'm just curious how they'll price compare to the Super 7, to be honest.
Yeah, they got to be careful with that.
And that's the thing is like the Super 7 stuff isn't that expensive when it comes down to it. You know, it's what's that?
It's like 3 for $50.
Yeah,
probably.
I thought Super 7 was bigger than NECA.
No, they're 6-inch scale from what I can tell.
So Mike Rogers' deformation space wasn't there because it's stuck. I talked to Toy Dojo about that. They said that their stock is stuck in transit on the container ships with all the other things. So that's probably what's going on. All the U.S. release of that Starscream is probably stuck in transit.
So you just can't get one.
So I don't know why like this goes on to like a third-party panel for TFCon. I just also feel like
they needed filler.
And to me, it just seems like if you're gonna make third-party turtle stuff, like the stuff that X-Goken did a few years back, where they did that shredder, yeah, where they did that shredder and they did that Krang. I think that's like the way to go for third-party turtles. So. All right, now we get into some really fucking cool reveals. Fans Hobby, they're one of my favorite third-party companies. Not my absolute favorite. That's MMC. MMC, Fans Toys, Fans Hobby are probably my top 3. First off, we get a look at their version of Siren MB13A. I don't know what exactly this guy's third-party name is going to be. But I can tell you this mold is really awesome, and it's way better than Minerva or that Minerva mold that they use for Minerva and Nightbeat. Then, of course, we know the Energon Prime's coming. This guy's due August of next year. I'm sure we'll get a painted prototype very soon. More pictures of it here. Then this is where things start to get interesting. We've seen Overlord before. I'm sorry, not Overlord. They're Double Dealer before. He's coming fall of next year. What's really interesting about this one is they're making him a quadruple changer, where he's actually got a secondary robot mode.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one made me smile. That one did make me
I
smile.
thought you were going to say a base.
No
Got
base mode. So, he's got his default robot mode. Again, he's got the missile launcher vehicle mode, the Condor mode, and then this interesting kind of like hybrid beast robot mode, which hey, it's a thing it can do. I don't hate it. It's just interesting that
they're really doing the double dealer thing, like punch and counter punch.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got my interest. It's not screaming buy me like you never bought a figure before, but you know what? It's got my interest.
I don't know why they're showing this. It's so early; it has 0 details on it.
It's whetting our appetite. So it's, like I said, it's gauging my interest, and it's got my interest.
It feels like it's been months.
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet too at TFCon Toronto they'll probably again, this is probably like more so filler, where they'll show the more detailed and painted versions of this and the Energon Prime at the that third party panel. I mean, it's December. It's just 2 months away. It's interesting too. Like we didn't really mention when we were talking about TFCon. It's interesting too that like the two TFCons this year are like so close together, because normally Toronto is over the summer. It's like in July. Of course, with Canada's COVID restrictions, I mean, they had to push it back. So normally you have like a 3-month period, and here we've got like less than 2. And everything's like later in the year as opposed to like summer and fall. Now it's like fall and winter.
Let's get to the good stuff.
So yeah, this one here. They're doing this one appears to be Overlord or Overload. Thank you. And so they have their silhouette of their Armada Prime for comparison here, and then of course this is how they're like showing you, it does combine with their Naval Commander, which I love Naval Commander ever since I got mine fixed. That figure
those at TFCon.
Yeah, apparently that one it got a second release, and they've been like hard to get.
Also on a boat outside of California.
Mm-hmm. And then this is like the super exciting one, because people love Tidal Wave. We know that
I'm so mad Matt left just so earlier, because this is the figure we have been clamoring for weeks.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. And like I think anybody that's even just a casual fan of Armada, it's like if you had to have 3 figures, it'd probably be Megatron. Probably Megatron, Optimus, and Tidal Wave would probably be like the top 3 for many people. If not, like Starscream, Megatron, and Tidal Wave
for your Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we're doing Tidal Wave that's good. I did not get Naval Commander. I am going to get now Tyranno, and just like because they are supposed to combine.
Yeah. So to Dare 2727's comment here, Fans Hobby. The thing I appreciate about Fans Hobby is I feel like a lot of the third-party companies are stepping on each other's toes, whereas Fans Hobby is like that one company that's making stuff that third-party originally set out to do. Like third-party originally set out to like fill the gaps and the holes in our collections. And now I feel like Takara's production is so slow that it's like, oh, what can third party make that Takara hasn't made yet? Or what can we do better? And Fans Hobby's just like, this really doesn't exist. We don't think they're going to make a masterpiece version for maybe a decade or more or ever. We're going to make figures in that scale. So, yeah, I'm excited to see more for this tidal wave. Hopefully at Toronto they have like some better renders.
This one, I've got my fingers on the pulse on this one. This one has me excited.
Unfortunately, we had a long wait. It looks like Mega Tyranno is not going to be out till the end of next year.
Cool, I can save up money.
So yeah. Then we get into the new age.
Oh, what a cute little beachcomb.
And Kato says it perfectly here. Fans Hobby isn't afraid to make the bots other companies are afraid to, and make them big and bulky. Yeah. What other company would give us, you know, the I mean, granted, it's just a redo of Power Master Prime, but we got a Machine Wars Optimus, which is also a. But anyway, it's a
redo. Reminds me of Power the Primes.
Yeah, this looks good.
I mean, yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
Getting cold down here.
I like the way Legends look.
That one I could actually care less on. That cape looks so.
Sword is neat though.
The sword's neat, but that cape kind of kills it for me. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. You don't have to
Think
put
it up.
But I'm just saying, like, that could have been a better presentation.
Yeah, everybody applauded on this as well.
Toxitron does. Oh, that's Shattered Glass Prime.
Yeah. Yeah, there needs to be some Toxitron love. Then we get our G2 Devi.
Hello.
And our toy accurate Devi.
Yeah, a toy accurate Devi. And then we get into our fans toys.
Fans toys.
So, you know, hey, sell your Bad Cube. They've got an Outback coming. I will say this looks far more tune accurate than what Bad Cube had. I mean, you know, it looks like an extensive retool of their Grump. Or no, it wasn't Grump. It was Hunk. So their Brawn.
Yep.
Looks great.
Doesn't come with the Decepticon detector.
No. Well, we don't know that yet. But, you know, I mean, for like characters that are this and so yeah, Lance says I had Toxitron love. So the third, they actually did have the we'll go to rewind a little bit. The customizer class this year, they had a you could do the I believe the Diaclone Optimus with the blue color scheme with the ID. They actually used the ID, or not the IDW, but the very first Flames Toys model kit was what they used for the customizer class. But they used the Nemesis version. So the customizer class was taking that Nemesis Prime and painting it like in Diaclone colors. And Lance said, "Fuck that! I'm doing Toxitron." So it actually turned out pretty damn good.
I didn't know that's where he got that.
Yep. So that was his custom. Then we get Powerglide. This is a skip for me. I still like that DX9 Powerglide a whole hell of a lot.
This is actually one of the few ones. I'm not a Fans Toys fan, but this one is pulling some heartstrings for me.
I like that it does some things for the alt mode. But yeah. I'm not getting rid of
the DX9 one. Yeah, Richtofen looks like a Takara figure. If you didn't know any better, it's got all the articulation. He, like you said, well, it tugs the heartstrings. I don't see the panel where you can open up and reveal his heart, and that was one of the things Richtofen had, and that I thought was like one of the coolest details.
I like that it becomes, well, both of these it looks like, but yeah, both of them become solid jets, and you don't really see the robot kibble.
Yeah, this is a really good looking jet mode. I mean, but yeah, Richtofen nailed it.
Could you imagine if they actually made that into a blue Cobra Rattler?
They probably will.
If they do that, then I will get this mold.
Absolutely. I'm just saying that. That's what I was like. I was looking at that. I'm like, I need that to be a Rattler.
Yeah. I would get.
Kara made the Rattler, and that made me. That I was thrilled with that.
Like the backpack.
They named the pipe too.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I don't recall Richtofen having a, and again, mine's in storage, but he didn't have like
a backpack like that,
or the wing kibble. Like his wings were very clean. as far as I can remember. Again, mine's in storage. Now this, they're doing sweeps.
All of a sudden, a whole bunch of Andras, whatever they were.
Andrus.
I'm not. I just got Andros, so I'm good.
Here, well, if you want to buy mine, so you can have your sweep army.
Oh no, I don't need an army.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I didn't get any additional Andrus because this, yes, I want to get my fans toy sweeps to go with my Galvatron and my my Cyclonus and his quote unquote Armada because I bought the Quietus and the Quietus T. So these look like way better than Andrus.
Oh.
They look good. I always thought though the sweeps were the biggest cop out of all.
Well, yeah, because they were all the same.
Yeah, I hated that. And then they did the same thing on Transformers Prime with the Viacons.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah, there was no main
They had a lot
Viacon.
more fun with the Viacons than they did with the sweeps. At one time when Megatron chucked 2 off the ship and
Oh yeah.
car. Still,
That and you had Steve
Yeah,
as the
I remember.
Yeah, T7 Nowhere says, been waiting for this one. Looks great. Be released in 2024. I don't know. Fans Toys has been like upping it. Like apparently, like that Robot Paradise Soundwave is already starting to ship.
It
So-
better. You already paid for it.
This one looks good, but I'm happy enough with the Make Toys one. So this is their take on a Chrome Dome. Though, like, I feel like Fans Toys should have like done the rest. Started off doing the rest of the Headmasters that, you know, at least the Decepticon ones to round those out. Maybe do like Highbrow. But yeah, it seems like they're starting off with Chrome Dome. It's Chrome Dome. I mean, looks good, but if you've got like the Make Toys one, I mean, I really don't see too much of a difference.
They're Fans Toys. People are gonna want it because it's Fans Toys.
Yeah. Then we get into Zeta. So Zeta, we saw these in the Chosen Prime booth, and these are a Legend Scale Superion, and I gotta say, these looked really well done.
Yes,
this is if you want something to fill that G1 niche, that absolutely does it. They're scaled to G1, they're almost scaled perfectly to G1.
I feel like this will be a really fun combiner. Like Zeta makes figures that, you know, they're very sturdy, and I feel like if you just want like a nice little despot combiner, this would scratch that itch too. Like if you're like, I love Superion, I don't need anything gigantic, you know.
Sony feels like they're better than the bigger ones.
I mean, the bigger ones are great display pieces, but they're difficult to mess with because they have like super strong ratchets. They're huge.
They've got diecast, and I don't think the bigger ones have diecast.
I know they have it in the feet. Like they have plates, like diecast plates, to weigh the bot down. But I don't think the individual robots have diecast that I can remember.
Yeah, they seemed like. I think in my review I said they felt like if Hasbro didn't have to shrink the toys and we were still getting full-size leader class.
Engineer Hoy says, I picked up the first two at the con. Really nice. Was happy to see the rest of the team. I didn't know they were already for sale.
Yeah, 2 of them were there.
Planet X. We get some interesting stuff here. We get a metallic repaint of Pluto. This is in the Chosen Prime, or was in the Chosen Prime booth. Yeah, I mean, it looked way better than the first release that was just done in gray plastic. I'm not gonna rebuy it, but I mean, it looked pretty damn good.
So cool.
Then we get into their more interesting one that they also had at the Chosen Prime booth. Well, they have a lot of pictures of this guy. That is their
IDW
Cactus.
Grimlock.
Yeah. Ben's Collectibles has a review of this guy. I could say, well, actually, that's interesting. They don't have a robot mode picture in the slide.
Well, I was gonna say Matt was there. I know it caught him off guard. That Tyrannosaurus Rex has ankle rockers.
Yes. And I will say in person, this looked really, really good. Like I was like, man, I should hold off for the MMC one. I don't know. Like honestly, if I see it, you know, I do need an IDW Grimlock. I would consider this one. Like MMC hasn't shown anything in a long time for their IDW Grimlock. I might get him down the road to fill that, because he like the paint on it was spectacular, and it just has a lot of presence.
Oh, it impressed me. It looked good in both modes. I mean, they had it Saturday in robot mode, and Sunday they had it in the Tyrannosaurus mode.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's not calling to me.
Chris Barnes says, I just bought Planet X's Deathsaurus. My first time with their stuff felt pretty good. I have a bunch of their stuff, and I will say, like, their Star Saber was really, really good. It surprised me. Their IDW Star Saber. We get Bingo Toys. It looks like we're getting a movie, Bumblebee movie, Shockwave here. And yes, this does transform.
It would pair very well with that Soundwave you just bought.
Yes, that was what I was thinking. And yeah, I mean, he looks like he did. Like Shockwave actually did transform briefly in the movie.
I remember that.
It was like he flew in and then he turned into John Bailey and said, "Decepticons attack!" You know,
let none survive.
But yeah, it looks awesome. I probably will pick this one up if I hear good things. I say that as I picked up the that Soundwave. Granted, I did watch MGo's review, but other than that, I hadn't heard much. Yeah, so we have the that Skylinks 2-pack in the more tune accurate colors.
Looks good.
Yeah, if you missed out on it, he went for scalper prices. I love this set. Hopefully they fix the neck. But, you know, still, I absolutely love this set. So if you missed out on it, it's a great opportunity to get it. Rung, which...
That was just a tease, man. Sorry, here it is. Yeah. All the great pictures. If you didn't buy them, sorry. I got him on pre-order.
Optus Knox. I thought this was one for sure that they were going to, like, stealth into the convention as, like, you know, an early sale. And no, unfortunately, but I have got him on pre-order. Looking forward to getting this guy. I think everybody is. Then we get their Perfection series, Medicus, their First Aid. Got to go hands-on with this guy. Check out Pake's review.
It's solid, folks. It is.
Yes, and they had them on display. Well, they had like the bot mode and the limb mode, and yeah, the hype is real. He's awesome.
What was also interesting? Interesting was it uses the same connection points that the Bruticus does, so it is a sort of scrambled city design.
Well, except like the arms can't be legs and the legs can't be arms. They're
no, but you can plug the arms in, so you can.
Yeah. Then we get their Ventus, their Ignis, which is interesting. There's a base mode in this. Navigant.
That looks really good.
Ignis.
And their Incertus, their Groove. I think this set looks really, really good.
Incertus.
Like their blades here looks amazing. Hotspot looks great. Why can't I remember the
Streetwise?
Streetwise, thank you. That's right. You were the voice of Streetwise in that one fan film. I love MMC. I mean, I'm definitely getting these to be like my bot mode representations.
They're consistently the strongest company of quality. Right. Even their week is usually strong.
I want First Aid, and then I'm gonna quit.
I wish I hadn't committed to like the Zeta scale for combined, because like this looks like a really, really good defensor.
Put them on a different ship.
Well, I'm gonna have them as individual robots. So
Then you're fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that did it for the third party panel. We also had PulseCon going on this same weekend. So as I mentioned, I already got my Ravage. My Zartan is apparently coming. So
I got a tracking number for my Ravage. Actually, I think I forgot to put that in my.
You know what? We actually have one more piece of third-party news before we get into the PulseCon stuff. So interestingly enough, X-Transbots did not have anything in this, at TFCon. I mean, the stuff for the booths didn't come. But they stealth released a new figure yesterday, and I don't think you guys covered it on the on TM Reviews channel.
Oh no, we didn't see that till. Well, I didn't see it till this morning.
Yeah, I didn't see it till this morning. Yeah.
So they had Citizen Stack. That was like one of the first big X-Transbots figures. Now they have Commander Stack, which is a more Toon aesthetic Ultra Magnus with a very, very, very clean back.
So this is basically the third Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Citizen Stack always looked weird to me.
I have to say, like, I have to agree with Mike here. This is a great looking figure. Absolutely great.
Done that dark blue though.
I mean, it was kind of like a purpley color, depending on like the frame. Like if you remember the masterpiece when it was like a lavender color.
Yeah.
It's just, they did this. They did the first Citizen Stack, and then like months later they did the 2.0.
T, who loves that pose?
Henry. That's probably why he's not pressed about it once he saw that picture.
Yeah. I just feel like this is one that like Takara is going to redo.
Wait, was that Ab Crunch?
This is Ab Crunch. He's got Ab Crunch.
Well, I have a feeling if they do redo it, it might not be that much better than this. I hope this is a good price too.
That's the problem I have with X-Transbots is their prices have gone like up so much. Now, granted, like this is a very simple transformation from the looks of it. Like if you look at like this car carrier mode, like everything here just appears to be kind of like for the most part floating.
Everything's going up in freight, man. Everything is going up in freight.
Oh, I know that. But I'm just saying like, why would I want to pay the price for a placeholder when I could just wait and pay the price for the official, and the official will hold its value even if it gets replaced. Like, you can sell your MP, your MPO1 for a good price. There are people that are like,
a lot of people like Deformation Space Starscream.
Yeah, they do. But, when the other Seekers come out and, it's just like official seems to hold its value. They'll keep reissuing it. A KO will come out, but the official stuff will always hold it. Official and fans toys, I think, are the kind of like the golden rule here, things that'll hold their value. Like X-Transbot stuff, it basically will come down in price, or somebody will offload it real cheap. But like fans toys, people won't budge on price. I mean, like you look at like the Insecticons, and we saw those selling at the con.
I still like the bad cube ones. They got a bad rep.
Yeah, they did.
They got a bad rap. They got a good rep. They got a bad rap.
Hey, you have the
driving room.
Your driver's seat gimmick. I mean, I think this looks great. I think this looks
good.
like
If you don't have an Ultra Magnus, this should be the one to get. That's what I would say. If you do not already own one, if you have not spent money on an Ultra Magnus, this would be a solid thing to put in your collection.
I mean, for me though, this is going to be a pass. I mean, I'm going to keep my official until Takara comes out with a new one. I like that this one can emote, but like he is such a stoic character that I don't really need him to emote on my shelf.
Thank you, Dare.
Yeah, I that gimmick on the bombshell, on the Bad Cube bombshell, is absolutely amazing. Like
that's one of my favorite. I mean, yeah.
So, all right. So next up, we got PulseCon stuff to talk about, and we also have the 1027 stuff. So now we'll get into our official news. PulseCon, they showed some new stuff. PulseCon happened basically the same time as well. It started Thursday and Friday. We'll get into it here. We've already seen the reformatting Galvatron with the accessory pack that went up for pre-order on a lot of retailers, Hasbro, Pulse, Entertainment Areas, BBTS. We've seen
$10 higher, right?
What's that, T?
It was only $10 higher, right?
I thought he was the same price. I got to go back and check, but I thought he was like the regular price.
Class.
Yeah, you're probably right. He probably was $59.99. Skids, we saw no new photography for Skids.
I really like him.
Drag strip. They did confirm that, yes, there are going to be combiners in this. Menasor is coming. The back of the packaging actually has a specific insignia for the combiner.
And it says 1 of 5.
Yes.
I like him a lot.
I don't know if I'm going to be going into this whole line, but
I'm just going to say, sell your Combiner Wars stuff now.
Yeah.
RC.
I like that drone she has.
That's kind of neat. This is supposed to be a G1 aesthetic version of Prime RC. I'm still going to go on the record and say I hate these Energon weapons. I wish they would have done blast effects. I feel like they look cheap and out of place, and they're just like accessories floating on the figure.
Is she mistransformed, or are the wheels supposed to be on the side?
That I don't know. I mean, it seems like the wheels are supposed to be on the side, but if we know anything at this point, is that Hasbro photographers just
they need to hire me.
Yeah,
I think it's right because I can see those little notches that they connect to. So yeah, she's not Prime per se. She's like Prime if this was RC in the G1 universe.
Yeah. And as Lance says, the weapons are garbage. Otherwise, she looks good. I mean, I think, yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to getting her. It's a different fembot. I really want a strong arm. I want like a G1 style strong arm.
Yeah, I do.
Specifically, a Voyager class one. I think her motorcycle mode looks great. This is the one I think everybody wants. Their Kickback, which apparently is now the leader of the Insecticons. But hey,
I think that dude just misspoke.
Yeah, kind of like when he's like, "We looked at real grasshoppers." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
He was just saying stuff.
I'm glad we're getting deluxe Insecticons. I think this looks fucking amazing. I can't wait for the trio. I thought the Combiner Wars ones, well, the Combiner Wars trilogy ones were
generations.
Yeah, they were good for what they were, but like these are going to just blow them out of the water. I'm glad that like all the mini bots are now at least deluxe scale. And honestly,
I wonder how tall is he going to be? Like the height of Cliff Jumper?
I'd be okay with that because
those are some big weapons.
Yeah, I mean the wings are big. He's like, honestly, like I'm not keen on like the Energon stuff, but
it works on him.
Yes, because these are almost like effects pieces, like for the wings. So
that works for him. That works well.
Yeah.
Oh, the face is good.
Yeah, the face is like so spot on. Let's go back to that picture. Yeah. And the other thing I love too is that they did a very awesome compromise here where the clear pieces aren't just clear. They actually painted the back silver. So you get like the best of both worlds. You get like the clear appearance, but it's also opaque.
Opaque for life. Oh wait.
No, that's Matt. That's how white he is. He's opaque for life. Bulkhead, I think, looks better in the photography, and when they had him, like actually in the presentation for PulseCon, I actually was like, you know, he looks pretty good. This was the one that, like, I think was like the showstopper. They're doing a laser Optimus Prime, the G2 Optimus Prime, updated mold, completely new with a matrix.
Not completely new, but
Yeah, those thighs, the crotch, the thighs are definitely leader class.
Okay, so, well, we don't know yet till we get them in hand. Like,
And even the legs, I see portions of that leader class Optimus.
even
what
still,
I think is cool though is it's still $50 and it comes with that trailer, and the trailer looks a little bit more substantial than the last G1.
I hope so.
Well, another thing too that's awesome is just like the attention to detail. Like they gave him missile pods. Like that's something that they didn't
and
have.
The sword works. Sword.
I didn't know the sword turns into a spear.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I've never even seen a missile pod. Still, just now.
And of course,
the trailer has more than one color.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wait. I mean, this looks cool and all. I'm holding out for the Scourge repaint.
Can you take that gun off?
Probably.
Yeah, that's the total package. That's way better than they did with the last Zeta Prime. But like Starscreamer just said, I'm waiting for Scourge.
And then they're just going back through the pictures
Or
here.
I might skip all together because I still have my RID Scourge, and he's the Voyager class.
And then next up, we had the 1027 event. And this is less exciting. Not going to spend too much time on this. Lift Ticket was like their big reveal for yesterday.
Figure of the year.
Yeah, right. So Generation Select's apparently getting rebranded to Legacy Select, just so everybody knows. And Black Xerox and Lift Ticket are kicking that off. So they're going to have this new packaging where instead of being like the cardboard stock, it's going to be mostly black print. Which
so are they getting rid of the Generations?
Yeah, it's not going to be Legacy Select.
So nothing's going to say Generations.
I think Legacy is the new thing, like Marvel Legends. Yeah, where it's
so I could stop saying Transformer Generations, War for Cybertron Trilogy Prime,
presented by Maybelline. Yeah, I mean, I think this looks pretty slick with like the black print, but it's just like such a small thing. Lift Ticket was originally a BotCon exclusive, so there is some people excited to get him for that. This is a great mold, so hey, I think this is it's going to be a cool exclusive. I think it looks pretty neat. But
I like the color scheme, and it definitely feels like something that came out in the 90s with that Wrecker logo right there.
Yeah. What's interesting too is they're like, hey, it's open to Pulse Premium members first. It was sold out immediately, and then when they opened it up to general audiences, it was available. I think there was some Marvel and some Star Wars stuff. For the sake of time, let's just go through we're going to do the G.I. Joe and the Power Rangers stuff, because there's something really cool with Power Rangers that I want to talk about. I know Dave probably is going to want to talk about. So for the sake of time, let's go through this G.I. Joe news first. I guess we'll start off with the PulseCon reveals.
Buying. Buying.
Yeah.
Buying.
Bought, couldn't buy.
Buying. I pre-ordered all of those, so
Yeah.
So finally, and I mean finally, we're getting ourselves a Storm Shadow.
pinless everything.
Yeah.
I think I got mine from. I had to get mine from BBTS, but
He
yeah.
better.
You better have boot swivel.
Yes. Thank you, T. It looks like he does because I see this separation here.
Yeah, I like the arm shape. And he could have a hood or no hood.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to come with the hood, but it's cool that he does. I think the bow looks amazing. I'm glad that he gets a unique bow here rather than a reissue of the one that came with the Arctic one.
Did you hear when they were talking about him? They said that when they were messing with them, you could shoot the original samples. They wound up shooting an arrow 2 feet across the room, so they had to go change that so it can't shoot at all for QA purposes.
But it looks great. I cannot wait to get it.
This art looks amazing. Also, during the 1027 thing, they mentioned you can buy the art. Or
yeah, from some website they kept mentioning it. Go watch their stream.
Then we get our look at Spirit here.
I was shocked that not only he comes with him, but he has 2 sets of wings.
That's pretty cool.
And he's a regular retail release. He's not like a deluxe figure.
And he is loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sniper. Oh.
Yeah, and he's also not a he's not like an exclusive. This is like a regular retail release. Like this isn't Cobra Island. This isn't you know.
Yeah, I got cut off. Right. He comes with all that plus the 2 sets of wings. That's awesome. I don't really like the artwork too much, I'll be honest.
Nah, the artwork is just
box anyway.
Yeah.
Then we get Croc Master.
That is a foot-long alligator.
With Fiona and bendy wire tail.
I don't know why, but I ordered him.
Because
of the crack.
And it's G.I. Joe. Why are you going to stop now?
True. But.
Oh, he comes with a gun. Thank you.
And a whip.
And what's that hook thing?
It's the leash for the crack.
Oh, no, like beside the gun.
Oh, it looks like just a hook weapon.
The hook?
O-ring G.I. Joes for those people that want those.
Yeah, see, he can hold the hook.
Yeah, the O-ring G.I. Joes remind me of like how they're updating Grand Theft Auto right now.
Yeah, so they're doing that for Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Hey, it's a thing you can do.
It's a thing.
And they come in a box set together.
Cool.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's cool artwork. Did we already talk about the HasLab?
Like the Blockbuster video cassette thingy.
I don't think any of us, because it's 3.75. It's not our deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
enjoy it.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
for anybody listening in, HasLab right now has a campaign for the Sky Striker, and yeah, it's not for classified. It's 3.25. So
we're gonna have to probably wait till next year to get our classified.
I can wait. I can wait, to be honest with you. So cool for anybody that wants it. Artwork is amazing. You're so far. It looks like you're getting some cool stuff. Your parachutes, a lot of missiles.
Rockets. It's everything. Yeah. It's everything that you would want. The decals are great. And if this is your thing, go pledge on it. Me, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. I think they waited too long. This should have came right out after the sail barge. But they weren't on G.I. Joe back then.
I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got some Rangers news to talk about, and we're not going to cover everything here. I think for the most part, we're all mostly on Mighty Morphin and some select stuff. I guess one of the cooler ones that they had out is they have this Lord Zed roleplay helmet, which actually has LEDs and a voice modulator. It's all chromed out.
That's right. So if that's your thing, baby, you can roleplay that in bed.
You can be Zed in bed. We got our Blue Ranger in space, the hoverboard. What was that thing?
That's in John Warden.
Yeah, so John Warden worked on Transformers for a long time, and I think he really helped get the brand where it is today. There were some issues with Power of the Primes, and I think he really took it to heart to get Siege on track. I was critical of John when he took over, and I think he really kind of turned things around. And so when John took on, he became the lead designer for Power Rangers. I think everybody's asking, like, where's the Zords? What's going on with that? We'll get to that in just a second here. Pudgy Pig, that's one of the exclusives. I'm gonna guess.
I didn't order. Forgot to order that. Oh well.
I think it's still available, but I'm gonna guess he's gonna come out because this comes with a lunchbox. And I'm gonna guess, and I remember this like a lunchbox very similar to this when I was a kid. It's cool packaging.
I didn't ask Kevin. I know he ordered that.
Probably ordered 2 of
them. I didn't see that.
Yeah, this is some really cool packaging. You get the backdrop for Ernie's juice bar. Gotta love the accessories he comes with. He can actually eat, open articulated jaw. Yep, he ordered 2 of them.
The weird looking Rangers.
And here's actually, you know what? I did miss some G.I. Joe news. We'll circle back to that one. This was like what stole the show here, and they brought out this Megazord, and I think a lot of people didn't really know what to make of this. Like, is this just like that Zeo Zord? Is this the better painted version? This is a 1/44th scale Megazord. It's about 11 inches tall. They designed it to be 1/44 scale because of the fact that they kept diorama builders in mind. And the attention to detail.
Shigoken is?
I think there are some that are, but I don't really think Shigoken necessarily adheres to scale all the time. Because like if it did, like the Gypsy Danger would be much smaller compared to Voltron, because like Voltron is supposed to be gigantic.
Dare, as far as we know, this is not HasLab.
Yeah, so this is not HasLab at all. And as a matter of fact, you could buy this in an alternate color scheme with this NFT bundle. We don't know how much this is going to cost. I'm going to guess it's probably going to be around 100 or under.
If the final product looks like this, they went above and beyond my expectations.
I agree.
So there's no die cast in this. This is a completely plastic product. But
the way it looks, it still looks like it.
And like the faceplate can pop off of the Megazord head, and it has like actual the cockpit with the Rangers painted inside. You get like miniature in scale unpainted plastic versions of the Rangers for your display.
They mentioned that they're slightly above scale because they couldn't, through reasons, make them that small.
Yeah, alternate hands.
And they said they were really trying to get the look of the
It's dynamic. I mean, it's like Bobby was talking about robots having longer legs, shorter torsos to give that feel. That absolutely is doing it.
So quietly they released this. So Bandai had this color scheme for the Megazord as an SDCC exclusive. So in that presentation, they did not show really what the Megazord could do. So this is sold out already, but this was $100 and it comes with an NFT. And NFT I'm sorry, $200. It came with an NFT, which is a non-fungible token. Check out Larkin's Lair channel. He explains a bit of it, how it works. But yeah, this is an alternate deco. I don't think that the actual one's going to be this much, but I think because it came with the NFT, it was more expensive. I really wish I could zoom in a little bit better here, but yeah,
the fact that it does the tank mode and everything.
Yeah, and so yeah, this thing does everything. I'm going to sell my Soul Chigokin one for this. I mean, I'm completely dead serious. Because this is the Megazord that I always wanted, and I feel like if they're doing hands for this, like alternate hands, when the Dragon Zord comes out, you're gonna get your effects piece, Dave.
If I get my missiles, there we go. I have not ordered the Super 7 one just yet, so.
Wasn't there something in the Chigokin that was like really hindered articulation-wise?
There's a few things. I mean,
many things, and then the tolerances weren't the best. They go through. You're getting your is it Dino Fury?
I still haven't gotten my freaking Beast Morphers yellow.
All right.
And that guy who I could care less about.
He's up for pre-order now.
Hey.
Like through every retailer, Amazon's got him.
I like the alternate packaging isn't exclusive versus a figure being exclusive. That I can deal with. And that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, their monsters have been spot on. They look like real people in seats.
Yeah, they're saying for 2022 they're going to have more monsters, and they're going to have vehicles as well.
Cool.
So let's go back to I did forget one G.I. Joe bit, and we're going to wrap up the evening here so we don't go too long. There's more stuff. There's Marvel. There's Star Wars. We only can cover so much, and we're also
we only have so much energy, folks, and we work for a living.
It was a very long weekend, so I think everybody, and granted, we're already approaching the next weekend, which is crazy to think about. But so part of the 1027 event, the Cobra Officer and Alley Viper were shown off. The Cobra Officer kind of leaked before the 1027 event. It went up for pre-order at like right after the event for Pulse Premium members, and it went up for everybody else and all other retailers shortly after. This looks like it looks like the Cobra Island one without the goggles and more realistic guns. Yeah. I love how he has like the clip storage. It looks like he has a different belt too.
Yeah. Way different belt. The mask is actually designed to look fabric instead of like a hard mask.
I got 2 on order.
Same.
Yeah, same here.
Because Lord knows I got enough Cobra Troopers now.
And then we get the Alley Vipers. These have not gone up for pre-order yet. The bats haven't gone up either. Now there were bats that went up for pre-order, but not the
Patrol.
Yeah,
they're sold out already. I missed that shot. I missed that.
I'm shocked with those hideous colors. But I'm gonna have to look up the Alley Vipers because I forgot what they look like on the cartoon.
They were only in the Operation Dragonfire miniseries. That's all. Their only appearance in the cartoon. I mean,
that must be it. Because I don't remember them like at all. I remember the name, but not what they look like.
I mean, I don't get. I mean, I get them, but I don't get them. They're basically like riot troops, but I mean, their camouflage is like horrible camouflage. And
I'm gonna get like 2 and call it a day.
Yeah, same.
I guess you could pretend that they have that that technical mesh that changes the color of their outfit.
All right, and Outback. Last I checked, Outback might still be available. I was able to order an Outback.
Yeah. Outback hit Amazon. I think like it was. I have no idea what I did with my phone up here. Like after we end the broadcast,
I thought Outback was Target.
Target.
Yeah.
I went ahead and ordered
The
him
Tiger
with
Boy.
I ordered him with a Swamp Thing, so I didn't have to pay for shipping because I don't have a red card.
Yeah, Outback is a Tiger Force character. So
That's right.
what was the other one called? Serpent something?
The Python Patrol, which they had the bat I didn't care for, but the Viper does look kind of cool, kind of interesting.
Yeah, and they also had the what was the other one they had?
I skipped both of them. Only way I'm gonna get the Viper is if I see it in the store.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, you say good luck, but like, look at how easy Breaker's been to get. Like,
True, very true.
you know, my barbecue shipped today.
Lady J and Flint and Cobra Commander. If
Yeah,
anybody doesn't own Cobra Commander, they need to be slapped in the head.
Yeah. And then I even saw Baroness. I've been sitting on top of a Baroness that, like, a spare Baroness that I got off of Hasbro Pulse, and everybody's like, nope, I'm good. So, you know, I'm hoping that they learn their lesson. They're just like, look, people want to get these. People want a troop build, you know.
Oh, they claimed that they talked to Target, and Target was like, they're going to change.
There was a listing for a 2-pack, and I'm assuming that's going to come to Hasbro Pulse with a Cobra Trooper and a Viper. So that was part of the solicitations that came out. So we shall see. I mean, I could use another. I could use like one more Viper, but you know, otherwise I'm like, you know, I think that like I think like when I get my display set up in a couple weeks, it's gonna look so lopsided where I have so many like Cobras and troop builders there, and then it's just like, hey, you have your ragtag band of Joes and like 5 different fucking roadblocks. But you know what I thought I was gonna do? Like, I have that spare breaker, so I think I'm gonna take like the Henry Golding head, and I think I'm gonna put that on him, like from the Snake Eyes movie.
Yeah.
On like one of the breaker bodies.
Huh. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and then I think I might. Well, I don't know if I'm going to take like the Storm Shadow head and put that somewhere.
Oh, you just reminded me that I got 2 extra Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
Maybe you should do a giveaway on Figure Action.
Oh, it's the Storm Shadow. You actually give them away, and you have to win a contest to be able to send them back to Team In.
Right.
Like people open the box, son of a bitch, another Storm Shadow.
I think Nightwing and I already tried this. He said it won't fit.
Take the neck off at the bottom, not just the head.
Yeah, that might work. But
I was just black collar.
Just hoping you could just like, you know, pop off a breaker head, and then, you know, hey, you've got your random Joe infantry. But
gotcha. Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I would like to go through we'll probably do some of the Star Wars stuff next week. We'll check in on the current HasLab stuff going on. We also don't have Matt here to talk Star Wars because there's the client Bib Fortuna. Matt has his old white guy collection on his shelf. So
I went to see the baby.
Yeah. But hey, if you wanted your Werner Herzog, you finally got that coming. So yeah, a huge shout out and thanks to everybody that participated in the chat tonight. It was great to see everybody who came up to us at TFCon. We absolutely love you guys, and we will see you all again, same time.
Don't forget.
Oh, yeah,
Monday, 10 Eastern Time, Patriot Prime's channel. Yours truly, the True Starscreamer, will be on the sit rep. Feel free to raid and say hi and say we're here for the crazy guy for the bad jokes.
Yep. So check out Patriot Prime channel next Monday, and we'll have to plug that on the Figure Action Facebook page as well. Don't let me forget. And yeah, until next time, we will see you all right here, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the Figure Action YouTube channel next Thursday. Peace out. Bye-bye, and have a good one.